How do I find the best electricity rates in my state? Hey guys, Randy here. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use AI to slash your energy bills. First, I'm going to show you how to upload your current bills into AI along with a competitor's contract to analyze and figure out if they're offering you a better deal. Then I'm going to show you how the interview process goes with AI so that it asks you the right questions to figure out what your current energy usage is. And finally, I'm going to show you a prompt I created which you can use yourself to interview yourself in your favorite AI engine so that it can ask you the right questions and step you through the process of how to compare energy providers in your area and get you the best deal. How do I find the best electricity rates in my state? Hey guys, Randy here, and I'm trying to get the best electricity rates that I possibly can. I'm in part of Texas, Houston, that does have multiple electricity providers. I have lived in places where there was only one provider, so there's no swapping between them, no competition. So right now I'm investigating the top 3 questions people are searching for right now to save money on electricity. So number 1 question, according to Gemini, is a fixed rate or variable rate plan better for saving money? Number 2, are there hidden fees or early termination fees, penalties if I switch? Will switching providers affect the reliability of my electricity? Well, I can answer number 1 because I've already done that, and I'll show you exactly how I walked through the process. One of the first things I learned was you have to get your documentation from your provider, and you want to look under, I'm using Energy Texas right now. I switched from Frontier Utilities because this was just a cheaper plan. I only renew once a year. I'm not a big time switcher. Some people switch every 6 months, or they switch as soon as they can find a cheaper plan and they don't have to pay the penalties for early switching. Anyway, what you need right now to get started, looking if you're able to log into your electricity provider online account, which most likely you can. You want to get and once you get your contracts document, then you can start searching for comparison rates. So now I created a electricity rates folder for this comparison inside of my documents folder, and I've already saved it once, so I'm going to overwrite the existing one to make sure I got the most current one. Yep, I want to replace it. And then I'm going to walk you through the steps I use to compare my rates. First, I'm going to enter my zip code here and click on compare. And right now I am on Texas New Mexico Power Company. I've done this before, and both of these pretty much have the same rates as far as different competitors, but there may be limitations as far as how many competitors you have in each market. Anyway, I'm on Texas New Mexico Power Company. Let me click on that one, and I don't use that how to choose. They're going to be paid by somebody to offer you a certain plan. I'm going to check the all plans mode, see what's out there. Is it going to load? There it goes. Multiple utilities in my area. Well, I already clicked on it once before. So anyway, I'm going to do it again. No thanks, capital 1. I don't want a bonus. Show rates. Alrighty, let's see what they come up with. And I'm just going to click the first one on here, just an example, because you can search these by different contract lengths. So I'm going to give you my example. I am looking for a 12-month contract. I'm not worried about the green energy. I'm not no deposit, show free nights a week. It just makes it more complicated. I like to start with the basics, and I don't care about the provider. I'm looking for the lowest rate, view plan details. And let's see about I need the fax label. I haven't done this for a while, so I do need, so this may be the right one. I think this is the correct one. Based upon your usage, the price is going to change. So I'm going to download this into my documents folder, under electricity rates, rhythm EFL. So that's the actual file you're looking for, your EFL file. That's going to contain your rates. Save. Done that. Let's go over to Gemini. You can use, I would advise using Gemini, ChatGPT, or Claude.ai. I don't have an experience with the other ones to be certain, but I have used Gemini before to do this. So let me upload the files and documents. I'm going to attach the documents in my electricity rates file. Just highlight them both, open them up, give them to Gemini. I've run a real simple prompt. I have Energy Texas as my current electricity provider. C-T-R-I-C-T-I. I can type 35 mistakes a minute. Compare both attached documents. Interview me about my electricity usage, and compare the plans. Which one best suits my energy usage? Come on now. Let's see what he has to say. It'll take it a minute to combobulate, analyzate, and I've got this set up just on the standard flash. See, all around help, thinking level standard. Depending on which platform you're going to be using, you can have different types of thinking, is what I call it. Sometimes it'll think faster, sometimes it'll think slower. The slower it thinks, the more thought it puts into the answer. So I stick with usually the default settings for something like this. Plan comparison, Energy Texas. So never mind, I'm going to skip that. Get to the interview. Here's the catch. Rhythm Max, the competitor I'm looking at, relies on a massive $125 bill credit that kicks in after you use 1,000 kilowatts. Now, I know from my average usage, I don't ever use 1,000 kilowatts. It's more like $500 to $700, 700 kilowatts in a month in a 30-day plan, 30-day time period. So right now, I know off the top of my head that this plan, this specific plan, they may have more than one, but that one doesn't fit my bill. I'm going to wind up paying more. So number one, the question is, what is your exact historical usage? So I type in number one, average, and I got this average by downloading all my bills from my electricity provider for the previous year. So that's how I know that I have an average of 500 to 700 kilowatts of usage every month. And you can get them too. If you have a online account, you can download all your transaction histories and it will tell you, and it may even tell you off just on a chart built into the site how much you've averaged. Average usage is about, I'm gonna go with 600 kilowatts a month to be safe. And number two, do you consistently use more than 1,000? Never use over 1,000 kilowatts a month. And the more precise you can answer this as far as details in your answer, if I were to put number one and I just put 600 kilowatts, it'd probably get it right. It'd probably understand what I meant, because I did put the number one in front of it so it knows what a question I'm answering. But I've learned to be a little bit more detailed in my, or I actually call it verbose in your answers, because then it has more to work with and gets context correct more often. Number three, what property are you lighting up? I'm living in an apartment, 800 square foot. Let's see, mid-sized townhouse. I'm gonna go ahead and put on first floor, and I have 3 floors total in building. There you go. Now let's see what it says about that. Based on my actual usage, I'm gonna skip down here. The monthly cost breakdown, your current energy plan is $106 a month. The Rhythm Max is $130 a month. Switching to Rhythm would cost you an extra $24 a month. Why Rhythm is a trap? Because I never crossed the 1,000 kilowatt threshold. I didn't have to read that. I didn't have to read that to know it, because I've already been through this. Without that credit, Rhythm charges you 14 cents per kilowatt hour. Energy Texas only charges me 9.117 cents, so basically 5 cents cheaper. Rhythm's plan is specifically engineered for large homes that consistently use over 1,000 kilowatts. Let's find out if they have another plan in that EFL document I gave it. Is there any other options in the, what was the name of that YTM plan that fits me? So they do have other plans. Now this may have come from the document, it may have come from them searching the web. It might have actually went out there and gone to the website and found it. So here's the options here. I'm not going to go through them, but you can follow up with that. Check RHYTHM site for plans that fit me. Now you can go out there and you can have it search for it. It may find plans that seem to fit you, but you always have to download the documents at EFTLEFT. Always give the contract details to your your uh, your AI, because it's not always going to be correct when it first gives you an answer about the electricity plans, because they may say something on the web page that sounds fantastic, but then you have to read the fine print to find out what the gotchas are. Let's see what it says. Right now, with the oil being shut off from the Strait of Hormuz, and our strategic reserves in the U.S. being depleted quickly, we're not yet seeing a true price of oil. And according to the research I've done, that's going to start hitting the U.S. sometime in between June and July, unless the U.S. government figures out some way to keep the price down of oil, keeps the price down on oil. Either way, in the coming 12 months, we're going to be in a problem if the full oil traffic doesn't get restored. And then it still takes, according to my research, roughly 18 months to get back up to production levels. So we're talking about everything related to oil: diesel, gasoline, fertilizer, plastics. Our whole economy is tied into oil. So let's see what else to do. Rhythm discount 12. So I'm not going to go into these. I'm just going to let you see that this is the next step. This gives you a jumping off point. I wanted to make this quick, easy, and painless. And for one final thing, create the perfect prompt for anyone trying to find cheaper electricity rates. Interview them for their electricity usage, and step them through the process of researching electricity. I can't spell electricity. Competitors. And also, any type of prompt, I always ask it to ask anything you need to know to give the most precise answer. So there you go. Let's see. And I will try my best to remember to put this prompt in the description box. And I'll copy and paste this one as well. But this is to teach you how to make a prompt. This is the actual prompt. So here's what's going to come out with. Looks pretty simple, pretty straightforward. It'll interview you. It'll figure out what your needs are, and it'll tell you how to find competitors, if there are any, for the location you're living in. So hopefully this helps you out. I hope it saves you some money, and it helps you get more and more used to using AI in your life. It's coming. It's only in the beginning stages right now, and those who don't learn how to use AI, you're going to be left behind. You just are. That's just the way it is. That's like the people who used to use horse and buggies to deliver goods. Then the cars came along. Then the trucks came along. The guys who stubbornly stuck with the horse and buggy were left behind. The guys who adapted learned how to drive. They surpassed the horse and buggy guy and had all kinds of opportunities open up for them. And I'll talk to you later.